Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the Ted Show. I'm here with an old friend. He's not old, but he's an old friend. Branson Bowen's here. I love the title of his show, Be the Change You Want to See in the World. And Branson and I, we got to give him kudos. Brent Morse introduced us a while back. And I saw something really cool that Branson was doing in addition to all the other cool stuff he does for veterans this Monday. And so he is on the show to tell us a little bit about him and what's going on. Branson, welcome. How are you today?
I'm good, Ted. Thanks for having me.
I'm excited to have you on. I think this is your first go round on here. I still haven't gotten our friend Brent to come on yet. He swears he's camera shy. All right. So I told you before we went live that you are going to tell us a little bit about you personally. Give us your 411 and your origin story.
So, origin story. Originally, I'm from Louisiana, small town in Louisiana. I tell people Baton Rouge just because it's easier. I moved to actually Orlando about 3 years ago, 2018. So, my story is real estate development driven. I started with a Fortune 500 company in Baton Rouge doing investment sales. And then had an opportunity to move here to work for Millennium Partners and Brian Grant's staff over there and his team. That's how I met Ted. So slowly and surely, my goal has always been development, and I kind of organically transitioned to a design build firm for a general contractor called BBC Construction here in Orlando. We're a family-owned firm. I've been around for about 15 years or so. And through just my experiences and moving to Orlando, I've always been very community-driven and industry-driven. I have a huge passion for the industry. So we started a nonprofit here in Orlando about 7 months ago or so called Contractors, Closers, and Connections. So our mission is connect the industry and also help build the community that we live, work, and play in.
So it's so smart. First of all, it's great feeling when you can give back to the community. But I love it when businesses combine. There's business, there's networking, then there's awareness, and there's charity. There's philanthropic, which is what you're doing. It's a combination, so it's a win-win all around. Tell me where you came up with the name. Is that a national name? Is that because I love it, CCC?
So the name actually comes from, we actually started in Atlanta about 2 years ago. We have a chapter in Atlanta, Tampa, Orlando, and then Richmond, Virginia, and we're slowly starting to grow. And we each have specific market missions. The idea behind the name is to kind of connect your brokers, your architects, engineers, commercial contractors, anybody involved in the development from start to finish. The goal is to connect the people within the industry. We have a really big predominant design build industry in the commercial space. So as long as everybody can work together and know who they're working with side by side, we feel like it's best to serve the clients at their best capacity. So,
agreed. I think that's why these events and these kinds of events are so important, because you really want to do business, all of us do, with people we like and trust and feel like there's a connection there. So the connect part, I just think it's so critical. I think people miss out on that when they go to networking events. They think of it as a chore or a duty. And in reality, it really does help build your business over time. Where do you think everybody gets their sphere of influence?
Right.
So you have to find something like the 3 C's, the CCC. You have to find something like that feeds not only your business, but your soul and your human side and your wants and your desires to give back to the community. And I love that you combine all of that into one. Before I get to the event itself, and you tell us a little info on that, what's the industry like for you right now? I love to ask that when we're talking about anything in real estate or construction, because everybody's got a different perspective. 2021 is not 2020, but we've had our challenges this year as well. What are you seeing?
So the commercial space is very unique, as everybody knows that, in Florida, there's a ton of people moving here. There's a ton of work that's going on. And that's one of the beauties around the organization, is that I truly do believe there's so much work here that, I could be very selfish and not have other GCs there, not have it only kind of keep select few, but, bringing everybody together. There's enough work for everybody to work together and work along. And being that everyone is so busy, I think efficiency is super important. And so that's why it's kind of beneficial to just connect everybody.
I think anybody who doesn't go to industry type events is missing out. The thing that I usually hear is, why would I belong to a lot of realtor organizations. I'm a realtor. Why would I go hang out with a whole bunch of other realtors? But if you don't know referrals from other areas, also if you're on the other end of a contract and that person knows you from, for example, your event coming up, it's going to put you a little higher, whether you believe it or not. If people, especially if they like you. Now, if they don't like you, it's not going to help you at all. So you got to be good at these events and network and show your true colors. But I think it's really important for people to understand that it is good for your business in the long run. You eventually are going to benefit from it, whether it be at the other side of a contract or new business or referral business. So let's talk about the event. Give us the details of what's going on the 15th.
Yeah. So to that first point, our organization and all of our events, we try to bring extra value instead of just a networking organization. There is beauty in networking and building those relationships, but we do try to bring panels of speakers who maybe their previous developments or industries and companies like Tavistock or Disney or Advent Health or OEP or anybody like that. And then also there is, like you mentioned, the philanthropic aspect of it, that people feel good giving back to their community. And a lot of people I tell, they want to give, they just don't know who to give to or how to give. And there's a lot of organizations that need the resources to commit and proceed through their mission, but don't have the resources or can't get connected to them. So we act as a vehicle. So I just wanted to point on that.
Love it. No, that's really good, because I think people, the more they understand what the mission is and what you're trying to accomplish, the better, I think. So good.
Sure. So to the event coming up, so it is Monday, November 15th. As we all know, today's Veterans Day. So thank you all who have supported us and served our country. But we are hosting an event at the University Club downtown. Our charity partner, nonprofit partner, is UCF Restores. So they have a mission to serve the veterans and first responders who suffer from chronic PTSD. Dr. Deborah Bidell is doing amazing things over at UCF. And they've partnered with a lot of different people within the industry to kind of help broaden their mission. And the stories that come out of there is truly amazing. And if you go on our page, you'll see a lot of testimonials. And at the event, we'll have some of the people who've been through the program come up and speak. So cool. So that's who we're supporting, and it's the 15th.
UCF Restores.
Yes.
And so how can people, it's November 15th which is Monday, at the University Club, which is downtown. What time and how can people find tickets?
So it's from 4:30 to 8. Usually, since it is a Monday, we have a hard stop at 8 just because people need to get home. But yeah, so tickets, if you go on our LinkedIn page, we have a company profile and we have a marketing coordinator that she handles a lot of that stuff. Just message in and ask for a ticket. You can contact me directly if you want a ticket. They are private events, so we ask that people within the real estate construction industry are the attendees. But yeah, that's about it. We have partners with Seminole State, University of Florida, and UCF Engineering and Real Estate to bring in some students. So if you're looking for an intern or a potential hire in 2022, we are going to have about 15 students who are graduating in May that we're looking to set up to be connected to someone in the industry. So that's the beauty of it too. We have Command K9, which is another nonprofit. They train dogs. I think, Ted, you've had them on the show before. Lance reached out to us, and I thought it was a very organic partnership for this event.
I love Lance. Good people.
Yeah. And then Gray Robinson is actually helping us throw the event too. So they're integral.
This is good. This is good stuff. It's that time of year. I think a lot of people are feeling generous. Of course, today's Veterans Day, so veterans and our active military and their families are all on our minds today. But the more that we can do to give back, UCF Restores is an amazing program. I'm very excited that you guys are focusing on them, spotlighting them as the beneficiary on Monday. I think they're an amazing group. You all don't realize how many smaller groups, and I say smaller in kind of quotations, that are not the big giant organizations that do want to support and actually support our veterans, active military, and their families.
Yeah.
And UCF Restores is definitely one of the amazing ones. All right, Branson, again, tell them the best way they can reach you, and tell them again how they can reach out and get tickets.
Best way to reach me is I'm super active on LinkedIn, so that's going to be your best bet, and then we can kind of go from there. Best way to get tickets, again, just message on LinkedIn. Find our company page. We do have an email on our company page if you message in. Like I said, it is a private event, so we're not posting the event tickets out publicly, but it should be a really good turnout. We have over 170 people that should be there for sure, and then we'll kind of go from there. We'd love to have anybody that's involved in the real estate construction industry.
Well, we'll continue to promote November 15th, 4:30 to 8, right, at University Club. You guys can reach out to me. I'll get you to Branson. You can reach out to Branson on LinkedIn. We will find a way for you to get a ticket if you're interested. Thank you for what you're doing, Branson. I think it's awesome. Come back anytime if you're doing all of this charitable community work, you're always welcome on the show. One day we'll have to get me, you, and Brent Morse on a show. That should be interesting.
We'll get them up to Orlando.
Right? Brent,
Yeah.
You got to get out of Polk County once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
All right, Branson, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Again, have a beautiful Veterans Day. We appreciate you all and all the sacrifices you and your families made. Thanks, Branson. See you soon, everybody.